Hi, I'm Brandon, and I'm a data analytics tutor and a business intelligence freelancer. So if you got data goals, I got some solutions. So go ahead and reach out to me and let's have a chat. So without further ado, let's get into it. So what are joins? Okay, so joins are essentially commands that are used to combine rows from two or more tables based on a related column. And we just simply, the whole point and the reason why we want to use joins is that when we need a data set that we can only acquire by using more than one table, two or more tables, okay? So there are a number of different kinds of joins. We have the inner join, and then we have outer joins. Those are the two categories. And of the outer joins, we have left, right, and full. The inner join. What the inner join is going to do and how to implement it, because depending on the needs or who are your surface, who are you servicing? You could be servicing customers, clients, end users that need to use the query, which will serve them on the back end of a report that gives them data, and you need to be aware of what their needs are in order to pick the proper join that's going to give you the data that they need, okay? Or if it's a word problem, you need to understand what the word problem is saying and what are the requirements because each of the joins, with the exception of one, which we'll get into later, is going to filter your data. We have these two tables and we need to join them together because we want to see the students and the teachers and how they correspond to each other, okay? So the first thing that we need to do is identify the column that they're both related on, okay? So here is such column. So how this inner join is going to work in creating our merge table output is going to be as such, okay? It's going to, based on the join, and this join will be based in this case on this course ID, okay? It's only going to bring in the matches on the course ID and add that to the merge table output, which will be the result set that you see here, okay? So, for example, the course ID for both these tables where they match, which is 2, 4, and 5, that's what's going to be resulted inside of the final results set of that merge table output. Only related column match rows will display, okay? This could be problematic. So it could be problematic because right now, what if we have teachers that don't have students? Those are not being shown. What if we have students that yet have teachers? That is not being shown. So these are the things that you want to take into account if you're going to use the inner join. Results will only show students who have teachers and only teachers who have students. And this is the syntax for building out an inner join, okay? You're going to just essentially, now all of these joins will be very similar and you'll simply be interchanging out the command of inner join or the name of the join that you'll be using. But for our case, you're going to essentially just use the select statement, add two of the columns that you want to bring in, and then you use the from command, add your first table, and you can essentially put an alias. So that's what I have here as the alias for that table. And it can be good to use an alias, especially if you have like a long table name and you don't want to continue to copy that table name throughout your query so many times. So if you add an alias, you can just use that alias, but it's not absolutely necessary. SQL Server won't throw an error if you don't use the alias. However, you will have to instead put the full table name. All right. So from table 1 as A, inner join table 2 as B on your related columns. In this example, on A.column1 equals B.column2. So this is the syntax for the inner join. And then we look at this inner join table. These are only going to show us the records where there is a match on the column, on the related column for the two tables, orders and customers. So I would expect to see 830 records, since those two records should not be there, since they only exist, since they happen to be null for the orders table. Okay, so we can also go ahead and see how these records look. And Okay. And there we go. That's that table. So again, I also do data analytics tutoring, and I'm a business intelligence freelancer. So if you need help or assistance, go ahead, let's jump on a call, and let's see how I can help you reach your goals.